Hey, yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Wilson, and you are now tuned in to Wilson Block 100 Radio. And check this out, man. We got a very legendary guest on the block with us today. Okay, and I'm real thankful that he took the time for this exclusive interview with the Wilson Block. We got DJ Neebor on the block with us today. What's the latest and greatest, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me and your show and your magazine. And
yes, sir.
It's a pleasure, and I'm just real thankful that I have met you, and I've been waiting for this interview for about 2 years.
Right. Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming,
So here we are.
Yeah, I just been, letting those opportunities slip by. I recently ran back into you, man, and I really wanted to, capitalize on that finally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So, real quick, man, for our audience listening to this, can you just give us a quick background on yourself?
Background. Let's see. I was born.
First and foremost,
I was born in Seattle. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
What hospital? In Seattle at Providence Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
No doubt.
In the Central District. Central District, First Hill, whatever you want to call it. Cap Hill.
Yeah, First Hill, that's
Cap Hill. Let's just say it's Cap Hill.
Yeah,
First Hill, Cap Hill, whatever. Yeah, so I was born there to, great parents. My mom and dad were of Filipino descent.
Yeah.
So I got into music when I was like 5. Uh-huh. My grandfather was a band leader in the Philippines, and he used to manage like 100-piece band,
What, 100-piece band?
Yeah, for the community.
Oh wow. Heavy.
Yeah, so he was a clarinet player.
Oh nice.
And he played sax and all that stuff.
Oh wow, real musician.
Yeah, in the Philippines, so he was all into that like jazz.
Right.
And I picked it up. I was forced into music when I was young.
Yeah.
Because I had to do after school program or a before school program because they just needed a place to drop their kids off. My mom and dad.
Right.
So I was put them in this music program. So I did bell choir.
Yeah, nice.
Then I got in. After that, I got into playing the clarinet.
Okay.
So I learned how to read music, sight read.
Yeah.
Then in middle school, I was like, I don't want to play this clarinet anymore. It's not cool. I want to be cool. I want to do something that's different. So I got into guitar playing and then got into DJing and making beats.
Right.
Yeah, because I wanted to do something that was dope.
Right. Well, so you took to the audio pretty quickly, right?
Yeah. So I got into
because I know you today. You do virtually all facets of audio. Whether it's hardware, software, technical. Stage manager.
Yeah, well, shoot. I just gravitated toward electronics. I was always breaking things when I was growing up. So I took apart my dad's stereo, and he was like, "You are going to be great one day."
Oh wow, he actually applauded you for it.
I don't know.
Whatever. It was a good sign. It was a promising sign. This kid's going places.
Stereo was broken.
Right?
What are you gonna
I guess
do?
he saw the silver lining in it, or the silver wiring in it, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Back in the day, we didn't have money. I was poor growing up.
Huh.
Now we had a little moments of wealth, but pretty much we didn't have much growing up. So we had TV, MTV,
right.
The radio, cassette, singles,
right,
all the 9.
All right, so just judging off of what your perception of the rest of the country, right? What was like growing up in Washington for you?
Well, okay, so I moved away from Washington when I turned 19, 20.
Okay.
So, but before that, when I was living in West Seattle, which was my neighborhood, but I traveled. I've been to Bellevue. I know what it's like in North Seattle, Lake City,
right.
Port Orchard, But back in the day, it was pretty much. We had I went to South Shore Middle School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was bad. I wouldn't say bad. Middle school was a pretty frustrating time for me,
Okay.
So, I grew up in West Seattle, so it was a lot of Samoans there. Yeah, a lot of people from refugee area of Cambodia and Vietnam.
Okay.
And Laos. So they had the High Point area. Mm-hmm. There's Roxbury, the projects there.
Right, Roxbury, yeah.
Yeah, so I've had my experience of that, and taking the bus was kind of cool. I was 12 years old, just taking the bus all around the city. We used to go to youth art programs in Chinatown. I remember this thing called Appalot, Asian Pacific Islander Leader of Tomorrow.
Oh wow, heavy.
That was like where all the people used to go to B-boy,
Really?
break
No
dance,
doubt.
and
We're talking about like 80s,
90s.
90s.
Yeah, like early 90s, late
Yeah.
90s. Let me say late 90s. Maybe like
Okay.
94, 95.
Yeah.
Something.
And so
like
back
that.
then, what were like some of the hot spots around Seattle for like, culture?
Okay, back in the day, well, I went to South Shore, so if you wanted culture, like for me, oh man, I remember going to this Cube 93 Summer Jam and seeing Domino
Oh, really?
live.
Heavy.
Yeah, Domino. Who remembers Domino? Ghetto Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to Seattle Center, and that's pretty much where we got a lot of our cultural stuff. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they had the Folk Life Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I was I was pretty sheltered because I stayed in West Seattle. I didn't get out of that neighborhood,
Right.
except to go to the parks.
Yeah.
But
But I know Westlake was kind of like a big part of that.
yeah, we used to go to Westlake. Yeah, back in the day, we used
Yeah.
to skateboard in Westlake, and I don't know, we used to like do graph. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I grew up with like, watching like Breakin' 2,
Right.
art style wars.
Yeah.
So we were all into the hip hop culture. So
No doubt.
yeah, for culture, yeah, let's just say Westlake. Of course, South End.
Right. Yeah. for
Yeah,
sure.
Rainier Beach, South.
Well, that's like between the CD and the South End, that's like the heart.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I'm
I
saying?
grew up more in the South End, not in Rainier Beach. My cousin lived over there in Rainier Beach when it was super the hood.
Okay. Right.
Yes, yeah. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. This. Remember when Polo Sport and Tommy Hilfiger, and I remember, when I was young, I was always like, I got in fights. So,
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the day.
Right.
Yeah, and it was pretty hood in the 90s in
Right.
Rainier Beach.
Yeah. So I hear, man, and I can imagine, especially when I rode through there. I'm like, in the '90s, I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot more activity.
Yeah, it's
You know
cleaned
what I
up a
mean?
lot,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that, the community's taking it back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, implementing people's culture and art.
Right. Diversity.
Yeah. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
I taught last year I taught at Rainier Beach music course
Okay.
for for a summer. It was,
Where at Rainier Beach High?
Yeah, RB.
Okay, heavy.
Shouts out to RB.
Nice.
Yeah, and my students.
Now, what high school did you go to?
I went to South.
Oh, South.
Chief South High School in West Seattle.
Oh, okay.
But we did our traveling. So like when we were in high school, as soon as I turned 16 and I got a driver's license, we used to roll. We had a little spots we used to roll to. We rolled to West Seattle High School. We rolled to like Cleveland, Rainier Beach, and just just go holler at all the girls back in the day. That was how we did it in middle school. We used to go to each other's school dances, and it was all about breakdancing and like hip hop, and
Right.
yeah, we used to go to each other's high schools and just like, okay, I'm gonna battle you. We're
Right,
gonna have
no,
a battle
heavy.
here, and we used to go to the community centers
Yeah.
and battle and just do art, graph, MC, everyone. It was just a good time for those who didn't have like a community, because
Right.
for a lot of us who didn't have much at home, we went to these community centers
Yeah.
to find a safe spot to do our art and to have community.
Right.
like I say.
All right, so actually, speaking of hip hop, you know what I mean. I've been in Seattle for a little minute now, and I kind of caught wind of names here and there. You know what I'm saying, as far as artists that's out here doing their thing. And who are some artists particularly from Seattle that you worked with? I know there's endless names, and I would love to hear some.
Let's just say A-Sun.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay,
We can't do this
legendary
without shouting out
A-Sun,
A-Sun, man.
206 Zulu, all those guys.
Yeah.
Chasm,
Yeah.
Let's see. I backed up like Ryan Taylor as his DJ.
Okay.
Seattle legend.
Yeah.
I've worked with Ready Ron Beats.
Heavy.
as
Big
his
shout out, Ready Ron.
Yeah. I've worked with Greg and Jerome, Julie C. If you
Okay.
know Julie C.
Yeah, big
we
shout
got a
out
lot
Julie
of
C.
songs together. Let's see. Shoot, so many. I don't even.
Right.
Black Stacks. I was their tour DJ. If you know, shout out to Silent Labs Project, Jace, and Mark Washington, aka Silas Black, government name. You can probably edit that. Just go beep. Right. And Felicia Loud, Black Stacks. I remember Raz back in the day. I got a video. I made a video. Raz Simone before he blew up. He was called Raspy. I remember when he used to live in this little junky little place in the basement of this place in Pioneer Square. Huh. Yeah. So I've seen him come up, and that was kind of dope.
All right. So let me. I got to talk about Macklemore real quick. Where is he from? Is he from Madrona? Is he from Capitol Hill? Is he from the Central District?
From my opinion, I don't know. Let me tell you that.
Nobody seems to know.
I don't know, but I just know that he worked with Blue Scholars, and that's any shout out to if you watch that video of The Town.
Yeah, excellent production.
Yeah, that video of The Town, and he talks about Hodge. So me and Hodge and I worked together, so that we did some music together back in the day.
Yeah.
Lots of music, lots of shows, lots of fun times. So shout out to Hodge. He's one of the artists I produced for, and we did shows.
No doubt.
Tell you that, So I can't leave this interview without saying Hodge.
Right, that part. Like you gonna hear that later. You know what I mean? If you don't.
If you don't, but so I produced for him. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Rob Castro.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nathan, aka Third
Eye Bling. Yes, sir. Big shout out.
That's the homie.
Third Eye Bling. He produced A-Sun's Gangsta Nerd.
Yeah, he produced a lot of beats for a lot of people.
Yeah, he's got some heat, man.
Yeah.
He definitely impresses, man, for sure.
There's a lot of people I backed up as a DJ, and that's one of the things I love about being a DJ. If we can pivot,
right.
DJing.
Yeah.
My happiness at the time was, I could DJ all these there's these different facets of being a DJ, but I find my pleasure in being a DJ backing a performance artist.
Right.
So like MCs and singers, whatever. I just
so like what you did with Legacy Fridays, that type of thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, man, that has been a while. It's COVID, right? Oh man.
COVID's screwing up everything for everybody.
But let's just say Legacy, that's A-Sun.
Yeah. A-Sun. I mean, that's one of the things that I really admire about you is the fact that you would really every time that it was thrown you were there. You know what I mean?
Just
mix it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just
and you got a good mix. Y'all gotta check him out. I mean, DJ Neebor. You know what I'm saying? Straight out.
I mean, if you want to talk about like all the real industry shit that I've done.
Yeah.
Like I've worked with Sir Mix a lot.
Okay.
I've done stuff with Curtis Blow. I just DJ'd for DJ Rugged. No, not Rugged One. I DJ'd for he was just in town, The Rugged, R.A. The Rugged Man.
Oh, he was just in town?
Oh, he was in town last year, and I did.
Oh, you worked with him?
Yeah, I just did his show.
Yeah, R.A. The Rugged Man. He does his shit heavy.
Yeah, so I mean, in Seattle,
right.
Seattle,
right.
I've got to DJ with Qbert. I just did a show with Mr. Supreme, if you know who he is.
I might have heard of him.
Yeah, so he's a town legend. Shout out to Topspin.
Yeah, so you got to put me on game, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to, like that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the interview with you because I know you have a good, foresight on
Cliff.
Right, with local music in Seattle. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm okay. I don't know as much as I know as my colleagues know, but I know enough, and I know the people.
Right, and they know you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's talk about some projects that you've actually worked on. You know what I mean? Whether it be, any genre, you know what I mean? Even if it was doing, the boom mic on set for something, you know what I mean? If there was some type of production that came out of it.
Let's see. We can go back in time. I worked for Truth Marketing back in the day. I was a DJ for, remember thetruth.com?
Okay.
Remember the commercials, the orange trucks telling you about the smoke?
Oh, right. It was a PSA campaign.
Yeah, so in like late 90s, 99. I was their tour DJ. I got to travel. That's when I moved to Cali. Yeah.
Okay. What part of Cali you live?
Well, I lived in Riverside.
Oh, really? Oh wow, Riverside. That's
But then I lived in the Bay Area.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time between Riverside and the Bay.
yeah. How do you like the Bay compared to Seattle? You know, both being kind of like port cities.
Yeah, there's a lot of people of culture, and it's more diverse in the Bay,
Is it really
in my opinion.
interesting?
Yeah, like, because I lived in Milpitas, and I lived in Union City. There's a lot of Filipinos there.
Interesting, and that's all part of like Alameda County, right there.
Alameda County, yeah, and there's all Santa Clara County.
Right, exactly.
So the Union, that's how I got my experience. Meet some incredible people in the Bay.
Yeah,
networks.
for sure.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
Zulu.
Yeah,
The Zulus out in SF, and all the Zulus outside in San Jose. So
well, they got a big camp down there.
yeah. Good people.
Right.
Shouts out to all the homies.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the Bay, man. You know what I mean? And hey, listen, the way it looks to me, man, I think that a lot of Seattleites they're really fond of the Bay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To me, like the Bay is like Seattle on steroids. It's like
It's
super expensive
tiring,
and
it's busy, it's traffic.
tolls from Frisco to Oakland.
Yeah.
Like it's just wild. I mean, we got the 520 right here, but it's not so bad. You just take the 90 and you're good. But,
Yeah, I had a good time in the Bay, and
Yeah.
it was a good time. I enjoyed it, and I did a lot of martial arts out there.
no doubt. Oh, so you done some martial arts?
I did train with the Dragon's Den, MMA,
Okay.
and some other places in Hayward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you got quite the experiences, man. People would never know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just by, just
Yeah.
standing there talking to you. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
kinda-
They never think that,
yeah.
you got such a background and a variety.
I didn't even talk about Boston yet, man. I
What's up
lived
with
in
Boston?
Boston. I was the
Oh, shit.
Boston. If you guys didn't know, I was the DJ for this group called the United Roots, which is a breakdance company.
Okay.
And we won Best of Boston dance group 2000 something 7 or 8. So we were in the magazines. I got sponsorships from New Balance,
Yeah.
Converse,
Oh, heavy.
undergroundhiphop.com.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
guys know those
right. I
guys.
know about them heavy. I know
Yeah,
about
I
them.
I DJ'd in the store, shout
Oh,
out.
nice.
I know all those guys there.
Right. See, you've done some low-key shit. Like, I mean, some heavy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
man.
And you're real modest about it, but, I mean, you get it in.
Yeah,
You know what I
so
mean?
I had fun. I got the DJ from Medusa out there.
Uh-oh, okay. That's heavy. That's
Who
big
else
right
did
there.
I get to? Shout out to Nomadic, DJ Nomadic, Rugged One, Frank White. A lot of DJs. I had a good time there. When I was living in Boston, that was like really fun.
Yeah,
got-
East Coast, man. That's
Yeah, I fell in love. I fell in love with the East Coast. Yeah.
in Boston. The quality of life is good.
It's the same. I mean,
Right, it's the same.
wherever you go, you're always gonna have your art group.
Yeah,
But I can tell you a lot about Boston as much as I love Seattle.
really.
Boston.
But you wouldn't live in Boston over Seattle.
My family's in Seattle.
Right.
So I had
And
to,
that-
to
yeah.
be around my family.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, in the Bay, that's my family. There,
Yeah.
So.
Right, no doubt.
But Boston, man, I got. I got to DJ with I was on set. That's when I started learning about, really learning about the industry.
Right.
I wanted to go to school at Emerson School of Broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I come from Pasadena, so in my city, man, we're typically not. There isn't really too much of a citywide camaraderie, right? Like there is a common relation over like Dina and all that is, but when it comes to like crossing circles,
Yeah.
it doesn't really. The big circles don't really cross that much.
I never hung around
Right.
Pasadena. I probably drove by it, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I get it.
just on some inner city politics of it, Seattle's definitely, from what I've seen,
it's like mad politics in Seattle.
yeah, I mean, of course, but Seattle has, you guys have more love for each other. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say it like it's a competitive thing, right? Like Seattle is just better. You know what I mean?
Seattle has a good community.
But I definitely see a contrast. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And, from your point of view, I just want to know, what is it about Seattle? You know what I mean? That brings people together. You know what I'm saying? On the art scene. You know what I mean? Because I discover artists, and before you know it, like everybody knows that artist. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know that. But yeah, no, everybody kind of knows everybody. You know what I mean? That's proactive on the scene. You know
I guess if you just enjoy what you're doing and you enjoy sharing it, one person will share your artistry with everybody else.
Yeah.
I can say that the community of artists is actually big. There's a lot of people from Cornish.
Right,
There were a lot of people from Art Institute.
Yeah.
UW has a different kind of group of artists.
Right.
So, but we all have our like local melting pots. You
Yeah.
into lo-fi, if you're just into hip hop. You go to lo-fi, you have a
Right,
drink,
right,
you start
right.
kicking it with all the freestyle MCs.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, stop biting with the homies.
Right.
I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And in Columbia City, would you say Columbia City is like an untapped?
Oh, there's a lot of art
Treasure.
and a lot of culture. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
That's great, and it's like oof. Yeah, that's like a hidden gem. In
Exactly.
Seattle.
Every
Yeah.
time I come through Columbia City, I just feel like, hold on, this is separate. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then it's
like
getting,
I'm here.
I like it's getting cleaned up. It's super gentrified.
Yeah.
But
Well, it used to be Thug, huh?
oh yeah, no, I mean Rainier, the 7 bus. I took the
Right.
7 to school because I
Yeah.
had to. If I missed the bus, I had to take the bus.
Yeah.
Just out short. Columbia City. I didn't hang out too much around, but there's a lot of artists there.
Yeah.
And I just did a film shoot there. Columbia City has a lot of art, a lot of culture there.
Yeah. So listen, man. Obviously, COVID is kind of screwed things up, right? But just speaking on, just your whole journey in the arts. You know what I'm saying? From the moment you started doing something till this very moment. What have been some challenges that you've encountered? You know what I mean, along your way.
Okay, so here's my thing. I was an audio. I'm the tech manager at Washington Hall. I do all the shows. I do a lot of the shows. Maybe 75 to 85% of the shows at Washington Hall. When COVID was, when the laws were enforced that we had to social distance.
Yeah.
That stopped. We were having like 500 to 700 people shows there, right? And I do the audio.
Really?
Yeah, we do Defy
A
Wrestling.
month, a year, or what?
Well,
Not a month.
like on the
700
weekends,
a month.
like we'd have like Defy, the capacity 755,
Okay, you talk capacity, right.
and then they'd fill it, because everyone
Even the
loved
wrestling
Defy.
that was around the corner.
Yeah,
Did
Defy
you work
Wrestling.
on those?
Yeah. No, I DJ'd for Defy Wrestling. And
heavy.
They got a feature on Vice, and the homies actually, it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them actually made it to WWE.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Mhm.
From grinding on the.
Yeah, just a local celebrity. But then there's a lot of underground wrestling scenes in Seattle. But we can't do that anymore because of COVID.
Yeah.
We can't do shit. Shoot, actually, I looked at my calendar. We're supposed to be the Red Bull BC1 competition, and we can't do it. And I want to do.
Wait, it would have been this month.
It would have been like Saturday.
Oh wow.
August, whatever. But
Yeah, even Hempfest canceled.
yeah, I DJ'd that with A-Sun main stage. Yeah.
Oh shit, heavy.
Yeah. And,
Well, like 2018. Was that 2018?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Right.
That was a great sound system. Good people, sitting by the water. Yeah. Shouts out to those people over there.
So no significant challenges.
So now that we can't work, now I have to figure out what to do, and I also teach,
Yeah.
So we had to move everything online. So I had to teach,
Right.
instead of teaching, guys will teach music production
Yeah.
to kids at Coyote Central. So
Okay.
yeah, we had to move that online.
Oh really?
So,
So you guys do the virtual session.
So we have to do the virtual classroom, and we have to interact with the youth through Zoom and teach them. And
How are they taking to it?
kids need that face-to-face interaction.
Exactly. You can't substitute
Yeah,
it.
you can't
just-
substitute it if you want a good, healthy education.
Yeah. The human
In-person
element,
is the
it's
best.
just it's not the same. Sometimes I wonder if you put on All Dogs Go to Heaven, would my dog really sit and watch it? You know what I mean? You probably wouldn't.
But that's a
you
dope
know
movie.
what I mean?
I can watch
Well,
that.
it's a great movie. I love it.
Great movie.
Yeah, I like all versions of it. You know what I mean? Okay. So what would you say are some more rewarding things from just being an artist essentially?
Well, as an
Like
artist,
when you do all these different events and you work on all these different projects, what is most rewarding for you or gratifying?
Well, okay, so it depends on the
Is
role.
it getting paid for it? Is it?
Well, if you are good at what you do, you get paid for what you do because you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
And then your value goes up because you do your job and your quality is there.
Yeah.
For me, as a DJ, I mean, there's multiple hats, right? As a DJ, when I'm presenting my selection of curated music to whoever hired me, the joy of people dancing and having a good time is kind of the reward there.
Yeah. Now, have you ever had a mix that people that kind of crash the party?
Always. I mean, it's a part of life, right?
Well, name me a song that you threw on and it kind of like sent the party in another direction.
Shoot. You got to do it tastefully, though.
Right. Even that, right? Even if you throw it off, you gotta do it tastefully. Even still.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Probably threw some Little Yachty on or something.
No, it's not even about that. I'm talking about like Duran Duran or or like Bingo Bango.
Okay, yeah.
Or some like new like Creep. Radiohead. Or like I mean, like for the wrestling events, it's like just put together a bunch of rock and metal, right?
And it'll fit,
and just blend it together and then throw on, and then just to flip it, throw on some like Little John.
Right, exactly.
And they responded, but that's the art of being a DJ. It's about like keeping people on their toes.
Right, exactly.
For weddings you got a different vibe, and then for like.
For the after party.
For after party, you play a different vibe. Okay, you're trying to set a mood for like, let's just say like the hip hop. I love DJing these hip hop shows, because I get to play like music that when they responded, they engaged. Oh, shout out to Nobi. Nobi is one of the artists, and I DJ'd with. I was their tour DJ. Well, there's like last year summer DJ. Lone Wolf and Cub. So yeah, I DJ'd with them, and that was such an awesome experience. They're one of my favorite people that I got to DJ with.
Were they were doing like clubs or?
Oh yeah, no, we did sold out shows.
Oh hey.
Yeah, I did.
Around Seattle.
Yeah, what is that venue? We did Vera Project. We did. I enjoyed DJing with them at what is it called? Numos.
Okay, heavy.
Yeah, I love Numos. They got a great sound system.
Hey, everyone's trying to get there, right? Every artist.
Numos is dope. Oh, it's also a dope stage.
That's the one that stands out the most to me. I don't know why.
Nectar.
The Nectar Lounge is Belltown.
No, Nectar is the one in Fremont.
Fremont.
Yeah, that's a dope stage. I DJ'd there. Yeah, Lone Wolf.
And then the substation.
I've done Substation. Yeah, there's a group that I also work with called the High Children. I don't know if you heard of Nasty Nez.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, Nasty Nez Rodriguez. That's my uncle.
Oh, wow.
No, blood, but Uncle Nez.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Shout out to Jason, Binary, JJ.
Yeah.
All the people, Takesha.
So as a DJ, what events do you find yourself doing the most?
As a DJ?
Birthday parties, hip hop shows, open mics.
Well,
miscellaneous events.
I've been doing a lot of open mics because I work at Washington Hall. And
right.
There's Ace on there, but prior to that, when I was in Cali, I did a lot of corporate parties.
Okay.
I had a successful business in California. I had my own office, all that, So we did a lot of weddings.
Right.
Like all the
Now, give me like some music you play at a wedding. Like, throw an artist out there.
John. Was it? Of course, of course, the legend. But okay, so you've got like a James Ingram.
Okay.
Just Once. I'm sure you know about that song.
I probably gotta hear it.
Luther Vandross.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely all right. I see exactly.
You see? Okay, you pay me these big bucks. I'm gonna give you what you want, and it's not about the money. It's about you got this one moment. Exactly. You're getting married. You're dropping like $80K on your wedding, $50K on a wedding.
Can't screw this up.
Yeah, so like I want you to remember this moment, and I'm gonna give you what you told me that you want. So there's a whole formula to that being a wedding DJ, corporate DJ.
There's like no real pressure to it. Like
it depends. You just have to have the formula. Yeah. I mean, as with anything, it's like plan,
right?
Prepare ahead of time. You know, qualify your customer.
Yeah.
Qualify your bride. Qualify the groom. Qualify the family.
Yeah.
Ask questions, and then after that, here, we'll give you this, and then do your analysis of the venue.
Yeah.
And there you go, boom. And that's not why I'm paying. That's why you're paying me this, because this is all the work that I do, preparing for your special event.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so, what did you get into first, producing or DJing?
I got into making beats.
Okay, what was your program?
Back in the day, we had this program called Cakewalk.
Okay,
5.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
There's like little dots, MIDI dots. Before even that, I had a Pentium 2 computer with like 300 megahertz.
Stop it.
AOL. So I made beats with like AOL sounds because I learned waves. So
you extracted the waves?
Yeah, I took these AOL
from
sounds.
The notification sounds and stuff.
I was like, you got mail. I'm like, made a beat using you got mail.
You remixed it?
I don't know. And then we take MIDI sounds. Then on, it was like, we took, like, I was like, I can download MIDI files, right? Because I started learning about Cakewalk and how MIDI works. And this was like in this program called Youth Advancement Through Music and Art, So we took like Biggie's MIDI files or Tupac MIDI files, just all the whatever was popular at the time.
Your sound kits, right?
Yeah, MIDI files, and then I was like, I put it in Cakewalk, and I was like, that's a MIDI file. That's the whole thing. So I like remix it. I learned how to remix using Cakewalk 5. I take the MIDI files and like make everything like a grand piano. So I'm like listening to like One More Chance, and it's all this grand piano, or like Juicy, and it was all grand piano, everything. Yeah. Or I could change, and I learned that I could change the instrument packs. Like I can change them from regular acoustic drums to electronic drum kits. Channel 25 was an 808 kit. Channel 24 was a a rock kit. Channel 1 was a standard drum kit. This is like.
So you learned on
Cakewalk and Acid too. And I started, and I shout out to my mentors. Sony Acid. Yep. Yeah, FL Studio wasn't called FL Studio. It was called Free Loops.
Right.
And Reason wasn't called Reason back in the day when I learned it.
Solution. No, I'm just playing.
It was called Rebirth.
Really?
338. Yeah. So
that was talking like early 2000s, like
99, 98.
Oh, it's a little early, yeah.
99, I'd say. Yeah, it's like, and then like I got into like real drum machines. I was in a metal band. I was in a noise band. So that's some weird shit.
Yeah, back when they had Pentium 2 processors, man, those were like not even a full gigahertz processor.
Yeah, this could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this could be the nerd podcast episode. I'll talk all day.
Right. Oh yeah, don't get me started, man, because I might meet you there. You know what I mean? And we just turn this whole thing into that. But okay, so when you started producing, you started producing music for other musicians.
Yeah,
or?
No, I had a group with. Yeah, my first group. Well, besides the noise band in middle school. Shouts out to Ben Yargis. I traded a turntable for a red guitar.
Oh shit!
For a red guitar, because I was like, you wanted to be a DJ, so you wanted to scratch, and I just had these garage sale turntables, right? I got all my stuff from like a pawn shop. I didn't have money, so I buy these like $20 garage sale turntables.
Yeah.
You know, Gemini mixers. Yeah. You know, I was like, we used to go to school dances, and I'd see all these other DJs that I looked up to.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be like you,
Yeah. So the production kind of opened the door for the DJing, you would say?
Yeah, I'd say production, because like it was, back in the day, we just downloaded the software because we just download it for free.
Right. Exactly.
Learn how to act. Like, free programs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I got into DJing. Yeah.
But you haven't made like any like production albums or any like DJ mixes, like official mixes?
I have. I made one for Vegas when they hired me to do. I did this reggae mix when I got contracted to work at for the Magic Fashion Show in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah, and this was when I flew there with Underground Hip Hop and Karma Loop.
Oh yeah, who do you know from Underground Hip Hop?
Well, my roommate was Mayan Tamang.
Uh-huh.
So then I can't remember the names now. It's been
You
a
familiar
while.
with the mic sessions they do
Oh heck yeah! I was there when
when they were doing that?
yeah
Oh, hey.
yeah, and then you could consign your gear there. Like if you had a hip hop album, you send it over there and then sell it for you on the website.
Oh, really?
And your T-shirts.
Oh, you talking about Underground Hip Hop
.com.
Right.
But then they had a store. They opened up a store in Boston. Yeah, and they had a and it was
they
DJ.
shut down their forum.
Yeah. But
You remember the forum?
Yeah. But I remember DJ On and On.
Yeah.
DJ On and On. I just my brain's not working right now. But my roommate was Mayan Tamang, and he was like a local fashion designer.
I used to really fuck with that forum, man. I used to really
Yeah.
like promote my music on it and
That's where you buy your scratch records.
make some clickbait article.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just to get some shit going. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I can't remember the names, but there was a bulldog there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were the homies. I'm sorry, I don't remember your names.
Where were they located in LA?
No, the Underground Hip Hop was located in Boston.
Okay.
So they had a shop next to a museum, the Boston Conservatory on Huntington Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, I miss doing the shows.
Yeah.
I remember doing like a lot of in-store shows with people.
Yeah. So as an artist, or as a creator, I'll say, because you do more than just create, man. You know how to work shit. You know what I mean. You know how to, you know how to do shit. Okay. But
Hustle, man. Learn
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
But where do you draw like inspiration from? Like, let's say you're producing a new beat, or you got to get an idea of.
It's like synergy. Okay, I'm gonna meet this person. Oh, what's your music style? Oh man, you're dope. Okay, let's see if we can figure it out. I'm like writing some chords on the piano or playing some riffs on the guitar, or like find a sample and I just loop it and put some drums over it. I'm like, that shit's dope. Okay,
Right.
And then it's all about that bouncing of energy, the synergy, and then that's once. You keep elevating that, and then there's like a little bit of anxiety because your sensors are like a little heightened because you're a musician, use your ears.
Right.
And it's like that, a little bit of, and if the person's dope and they got like pretty good music theory and timing,
Right, exactly.
then that works.
Right. But you don't really like have your own archive or collection of mixes and trying to pursue things.
I let other people. I just give I'm on other people's albums.
Okay, right.
I'm actually, I could put together like a compilation.
I know you could. And Reddy Ron was just like, yo, man, holla at Neebor. He's got dope beats.
Yeah.
You just told me earlier today y'all got some. You just made a new one, right?
Yeah, I made one last night as a demo. I was just teaching my friend, hey, this is how you use this program.
And you're using Reason today?
Me? I got a studio.
I know you have experience using like an 8-track or a 16-track.
Oh, yeah. I remember back then we had a Porta Studio, Tascam Porta Studio.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like even right now, you pulled out the MIDI.
Oh, yeah, MIDI keyboard. MIDI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so...
But yeah, I don't know. It's all just vibe, just vibe out.
Yeah.
It's like being in a band. So being in a hip-hop band is the same as being in a rock band, as it is being in a quartet, a string quartet.
Yeah.
If the people click in the band or the group collective, then it works.
Right.
Shout out to FFU.
No doubt.
Shout out to all the collectives that I've worked with.
And so who would you say are like your biggest influences in life?
In life?
Not just musical, not just creative.
Musical, creative, not.
Give me like 2.
I don't know, so many people. As far as not music, not art.
But not necessarily. It can be. But your
I'd
biggest.
say like biggest. It's hard to say, man.
Yeah, it is, huh?
It's hard to say, but let's just say what got me out of my shell, I'd say, was I had a teacher in high school. His name was Wayne Au. He's now a dean at UW-Bothell. So him and this guy, my mentor, and this former high school instructor, Alonzo Ibarra. He's with 206 Zulu, and they said, this is hip hop culture. They said we're gonna select you to be a representative of Washington State, and we're gonna send you to New York City.
Heavy.
This is '99, right?
Oh,
We're gonna
shit.
send you. You're the guy.
This is 99.
You're gonna go. You're gonna represent hip hop in Seattle. You're gonna represent all this. You're gonna represent Washington State Middle College Consortium. So I'm like, word? I get to go to New York City?
Right.
What?
Right,
I get to
right.
see the Mecca of hip hop?
Right, and be a fucking ambassador for my
Yeah,
shit.
and it was
like,
my music and crew, right? But like, at the time I wasn't doing so good in high school. I was like
Yeah.
a badass kid in high school, middle
right.
school.
Were you?
Well, I don't know. It depends.
Depends on who you ask.
I can't. I'm not gonna tell all the stuff I did when I was young,
Right,
but
right.
I can tell you I went to New York City.
Right. There you go. That's what's up.
I went to New York City. And
That had to be a big moment. back
Yeah,
then.
man, it was cool. I got to go to LaGuardia Community College, and it was like this
Oh.
big social justice thing.
Yeah.
Because I was heavy in, I was back in high school. I was heavy into that stuff, WTO protests, all that. So then, like, I was like hired. They sent me because I guess I love music, right? I loved music, and I made beats. I showed my teacher these beats that I made in acid.
Yeah.
In '98.
So it was that teacher that's one of your biggest influences?
Yeah, those two, Wayne and Alonzo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Yeah, no, they're the ones who set it off for me to
wow.
be like to just take it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
And then just be empowered because Wayne was a DJ back in the day, and he taught me he's like, because back in the day I was like into DJing. I was like, oh man, I didn't have money, but like I love turntables, and he showed me his turntables, and he showed me how breaks worked, and he showed me looping records, and then he showed me these are the breaks, this is where you get your Biggie sample.
Right.
I'm like, and then watch, and now watch, you can do trick macing. I'm like, word, that's tight.
Yeah.
And then, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
that's
doubt.
why you gotta appreciate your teachers.
Right, absolutely.
And the elders, but.
Right, and then you give back in a lot of ways. I mean, you actually
course.
teach kids music.
Now, yeah, because I'm just real thankful that I got this skill and I'm making money off it.
Exactly, and you're really like maximizing the skill. You know what I mean?
Trying.
Yeah, you're trying. I mean, you're doing. You're
Yeah,
pretty,
I mean, but I went to school. I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. I went to school. I went to school for audio engineering. Recently I went to school for video production. I worked in the industry doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I really put my time in, more than 10,000 hours DJing.
Right. Oh damn. Just in DJ alone.
Just DJing, like, from small weddings, small tiny parties to big parties.
Yeah. So, are you part of the Vitamin D era?
I remember Vitamin D, but I left Seattle.
Okay. Was he the older or younger generation?
Well, this was like 99, 2000.
Oh.
But yeah, Vitamin D's a dope producer.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I've worked with him at Washington Hall. He's nasty. His sampling skills.
Yeah.
Off the chain.
No doubt. And he
Yes.
does some DJing, right? Yeah. Well, DJ Vitamin D, right? That's
Of course, yeah. But
Big
that's
shout
why
out Vitamin D if you listening.
I shout out to all of the town legends.
Yeah,
and I
right,
respect everybody. Yeah, there's so many that we don't. DJ Vonzai,
Yeah.
And
then one thing I like
DJ
about
Kamikaze. If you don't know who
yeah.
DJs. All day,
Right.
The Guitar Center battles, in the early '90s.
See, I got chronicles out here, man. Y'all got times.
Wade.
Like when you think about hip hop on a street corner in New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even in Washington, you guys had special moments like that. You know what I mean? Even though this ain't.
Yeah,
the
well,
place,
we had
but
that era. We had that time. We had hip hop was like a little.
It was in the air.
Corner,
Yeah.
It was in the community centers. It
Yeah.
was in the street.
And that's one thing about
Yeah.
Seattle that really stood out to me was how the city actually, there's always differences between the people in the city, but the city is real receptive towards the local arts, and acknowledging certain artists. The local library offers a local music collection. You know what I mean? We good?
No, I'm good. I can give it to you. I'm just saying. How you doing? You good?
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. We need commercial break. Gatorade. Drink it.
All right, but yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up here in a second, man. I just wanted to ask a couple more questions.
That's all good. I got all the time. 7:10.
So, Washington Hall, okay. Washington Hall today has been renovated and redone, and now it's pre-COVID it was a functioning hall.
Of course.
But what was Washington Hall before the renovation?
Oh man, I remember doing battle and beat stuff there.
It was still an
It was
epicenter
nasty. It was still it was like all the people of color went over there. I don't know back in the day because I just moved back from Boston. I remember doing stuff with Black Stacks.
Okay.
Yeah, a war, a runga, and it was just like a cool place to go to for hip hop.
Right.
You know, besides going to lo-fi for hip hop music,
Right.
and like the real hip hop stuff.
Lo-fi on East Lake.
Yeah, lo-fi. Yeah, that was a dope spot. Still is a dope spot.
Yeah.
You know, I fight for lo-fi. So
Chop Suey.
Chop was dope shows there.
Yeah, no doubt.
I did a show there.
The Crocodile.
Croc. I've done shows there.
Look, see a legend right here. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Look.
I love
Look, I just called him out. Yeah, done that. You know what I mean?
Croc.
What about the triple door?
The Troubadour?
Yeah.
Or the Triple Door?
Triple door. Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Triple door. That shout out to the homie there. He's the engineer, Kurt.
The Triple Door. Was that
Yeah.
Belltown?
No, that's downtown.
Downtown?
The triple door. Yeah, upstairs. Yeah. The triple door upstairs in the.
You done some stuff at Amber? You know where Amber is on
I
First
know
Street?
Amber. I didn't do Amber. Back in the day, we had a place called Aristocrats. For all the OGs.
No
One
doubt.
question I wanted to. What about West Seattle?
West Seattle? Oh yeah, we had that place over in West Seattle. That
West Seattle? What was your
Yeah.
spot?
Okay, our spots in West Seattle. Yeah, we used to do like a hip hop site, hip hop thing there. Okay, it's like the Shipwrecked.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called the Shipwrecked.
Okay.
Yeah, we do shows there. I did shows there with Greg and Jerome, with all the homies. You know, Haj. You know, we did a lot of.
In Columbia City. Let's go back to that. What's your spots out there?
Well, of course, it's Rumba Notes.
Okay, there it is. Rumba Notes.
Let's see. See, I'm telling you.
Columbia City Theater.
Columbia City Theater. Yeah, and then there's that one little like hole in the wall spot. It's kind of dope. That's where
Hummingbird Saloon, and then they have the Royal Room.
the Royal Room. I think that was the open mic spot.
Yeah.
With
With the Hive, right? I would do it with the Hive Network. Would love it.
yeah. Shout out to I've had the recent experience. Fiza. Fiza's dope. I got to work with Fiza, and she does a lot of shows at the Rumba, what is it? The Royal. What's the
Royal
Royal Room? The other one.
Rumba Notes.
Rumba Notes. Yeah, they've got a
Hummingbird.
band. They've got a band.
Yeah.
Fiza's dope. Oh man, shout out to the Audio Poet. If you know Audio Poet, the Ancient Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you were at the show with we did at Urban Lux and
Oh yeah,
in,
yeah, with
University
Hodge.
District.
Yeah, that's when my laptop crapped out and I only had a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
Lovely.
then we came back
Yeah,
here.
lovely.
We
Yeah.
came back here. There's an artist in here.
Ragu Stacks.
Ragu.
Yeah, that's the
Have
homie.
you worked with him?
Yeah, he's right. Have I worked with Ragu Stacks? I will let Ragu Stacks tell you.
Ragu, if you're hearing this, bro, come on the block, bro. We got the chop.
Maybe in 5 minutes
Right.
when we go to the studio.
Right.
Because he's there right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, that's tight, man. You guys showed us a good time that night after
Oh
the
yeah,
show.
yeah. Ragu. I don't think was I here or did that cut out?
You guys all were there at the show, and then
I think that he
Ragu
took you guys
showed us
here,
around,
and then I left.
Kind of chilled, yeah.
I think I had to go home. I was tired.
Huh.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, right. That's what I said. I looked up and I'm 30. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
like, hold on, wait, what?
But I respect all the OGs.
Yeah.
DV1.
You're an OG to some generations.
Yeah,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
an OGs. Yeah, I still am. DV1 though, like I really enjoyed him. He influenced my style of DJing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, from just watching him mix and party rock.
Yeah.
A lot of the people in the Bay, and I moved to Riverside because I really wanted to DJ like the Beat Junkies. I love the radios like KGGI. I love all the DJs.
Yeah.
So it's because the Bay, the LA DJs, just I love Q93. Shout out to Dirty Harry. I did a show with Dirty Harry and Fiza.
No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Seattle just doesn't do the DJing like on the radio like they did in LA.
Right. What about KXXP?
KEXP?
Oh, KXP, yeah, you know what it was
They
called?
hold it down, right?
Yeah, it's called it's KCMU Rap Attack. 90 point, no. KEXP was, they had Street Sounds. I think it was 90.3 Street Sounds. Who remembers Street Sounds?
Street Sounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, all the OGs know Street Sounds. And shout out to Giorgio, Cool Out Network.
Okay, what was your reaction when you heard the Sonics were leaving? What was your immediate reaction? Your first reaction?
I'm mad. I was like, man, I want you guys to get out of here, man. I love the Sonics. So I can't be a Blazers fan.
It was unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I became a Warriors fan.
Right.
I couldn't be a Blazers fan.
I told you I told y'all they love the Bay in Seattle. I'm telling y'all.
But let me tell you though, like here's another thing about the Warriors.
He was like, I became a Sacramento Kings fan. Like,
nah, yeah. Oh man, I'm a Warriors fan. Oh man,
I do like the
all
Warriors.
day. I don't know, man.
and so what do you think they should call Seattle's hockey team?
Well, I think Kraken is cool.
Really?
You don't have to like it. I like it because it's Kraken. Whatever,
No,
man.
That's funny. But, it just sounds like a name that I seen on like Madden Build a Team. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah, it's super.
playing NBA Live, you build
It's
your
super
team.
white.
These are the standard names they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, super white.
I think they should call them the Seattle Seals.
The Seals.
The Seals. They're on ice. You feel me?
Yeah, but then you got pictures of Seals. Look at your face. Like, here's that Seals. That's your logo. But the Kraken's like this big.
You guys could put a walrus, okay? Put some tusks on the seal.
like
you know what I mean? Kind of make them look a little vicious, But
Kevin Durant. That's what solidified Golden State Warriors. Why? Because he was a Sonic.
Right, exactly.
I couldn't be Oklahoma fan.
He was technically a Sonic before they even.
Yeah, they didn't trade him
left.
to
Did he play one game for Seattle?
I think
he did play.
Yeah,
one game,
just one game. I don't know.
One game. Bro, if he didn't play one game, it don't count, bro. He got at least play one.
I think he was drafted to the Sonics, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted.
Switched it over before he could.
Yeah, that was a low blow, man.
Oh, I got to work.
Even people that weren't from Seattle hated that.
I don't know if you guys know. Shout out to Robert Turbin and Brandon Langley of the Seahawks. Okay. I got to work with them.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
I gave Robert Turbin a beat.
Oh what?
Yeah, he got one.
Okay, we should be on the lookout for that, man. We looking for
where's
that single.
Yeah, where's the yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brandon Langley's dope too. He's super chill.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta drop that, man.
In Robert Lang Studios.
Yeah. Have you worked at Hollow Earth?
I know those people out there. Yeah. I didn't work there, but I know those people.
Okay. I've done shows there.
Yeah, I've seen it. I kind of supported like the locals, like WD-40. I've seen it.
And
there.
what about
Cliff.
the block parties? Didn't you do the Othello? Did you do the Othello block party?
I did. The most recent party I did was the takeover on the 22nd of July or June. We blocked off 22nd and Jackson, and it became a big street party.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked there. I did that. I DJ'd that event.
Okay.
What was that annual event they had?
The block, Boogie on the Block.
Oh, there's Boogie Up the Block.
Yeah,
you
that's
did
what
that
Ace
too.
on.
Yeah,
I've done that, and I did the graph thing. Mm-hmm. I've done the.
But didn't Gasworks have like some annual thing?
I didn't do the Gasworks stuff.
Oh no.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I've seen you pop up on the blogs so many times and all like the Instagrams and stuff.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just all community stuff, man. That's why I can say I can appreciate your work, man. It was all some good vibes.
Yeah, man.
And it's still always, it's always
stuff
community.
for the kids and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, so what do you see yourself doing, you know what I'm saying, going from here on out, considering, COVID and the current situation here?
Well, actually, be on the lookout. I just got contracted, me and the homies. I'm contracted by the Future Ancients, thefutureancients.org, to do the sound for the 8 episodes we're shooting for Seattle Asian Art Museum.
Oh, nice.
So we're doing that. I'm doing a video shoot. We just wrapped up on a video shoot. So I'm doing more video stuff now because we can't party.
Right,
so we're gonna switch it up. Okay,
right.
how am I gonna make some money?
Right.
Well, I got video skills. Okay, I'm gonna learn more. I mean, I'm not the greatest, but I started learning. And that's one thing. You gotta learn through experience. You know what I'm saying? And then get a good mentor.
Right, exactly.
If you have a good mentor, then you don't need to go to school. But school's dope. but sometimes you don't have access, time.
Right.
Just learn from somebody, right? So, yeah, I'm learning a lot from Che. I learned a lot from Che and a lot of people.
I think I've heard of Che. Does he work at a school or like for?
Well, he's at Liberty Bank. He used to be the video guy. He still is. I don't know. He used to teach
he did work with Lovely for her. He was teaching in class.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah, he was teaching in class, and they taught them how to like do videos.
Yeah. That's Che. Yeah. So
So
So I've worked with him. So we've got some projects.
Perfect mentor, man. He's really a good person.
Yeah, we're working. So I'm helping him do the grip, the sound grip, the boom boy. Call it.
Okay.
Audio.
Nice.
And then all the editing. So I do some post editing too afterward in Pro Tools, or whatever, Premiere, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, Final Cut, Premiere,
Final Cut 7, yeah.
After Effects.
I don't mess with After Effects. I play with it. I mean, my style is I like just clean, just like I don't need to do anything. Just throw it across the song.
So when you produce a beat, do you feel more comfortable with a keyboard or just the straight up DAW?
Well,
Right.
it depends. Like, back in the day, I was all about FL. Before it was called Free Loops 3.56.
Yeah.
And then I got into Ableton Live. I got into
Ableton's nice. I like that program.
Yeah, for recording vocals, I like Pro Tools a lot.
Okay.
I can record. I love Logic. I can do Logic.
Yeah.
For making beats, I was into Logic. I was heavily making a lot of beats in Logic. But Ableton, I tell everyone it's like Ableton Live is like my right hand. Logic was my left hand, and then Pro Tools was like my go-to for recording audio.
Yeah.
And mastering and mixing.
Yeah, Pro Tools is where it's at.
Yeah, Pro Tools. After a while, I was like, look, it's Pro Tools. So, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
if you wanted to work,
Some good stuff.
shout out to my mentor in the Bay, Bruce Tambling. He taught me a lot about audio.
Yeah. And for the record, this is the same. We're talking to the same guy that, engineered my latest song, Humble and Strong.
Oh, I remember
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even, added a little, guitar riffs and that, to it. Good looking on that, But Neebor, look, man, it's been great. I want to thank you for coming on the block for this exclusive interview. And if you got any shout outs, man, let's hear it.
Shout out to Wilson from
No doubt.
the magazine company.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's see.
And then, then you already named everybody in the interview. Everybody's on there. We got to mention everybody again. But, if there's anyone that
Dom,
Yeah, appreciate
photographer.
it. Man. Yeah.
Family,
Yeah.
God.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And just trying to be him, all of my mentors in middle school, high school, and even now, young, old, family members, elders, and those that really wanted to see me not be successful. Shout to the haters.
The most. Big shout out to y'all.
Because you guys fuel me
Right.
for success.
No doubt.
But it's okay,
Yes, sir.
And I really shout out to the people in Boston. I miss those guys.
No doubt.
The underground hip hop, all those guys.
Yeah, man. Bring it back, man. We need the form back.
Yeah. Shout out to the High Children. That's what's up, the High Children.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason. JJ, Takesha, Nastiness. Who else? I don't know. Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry. The Felicia Loud, Julie C, Hodge, Sorde Bling, WD40, A-Sun. I see A-Sun all the time. I'm here. Oh man! Shout out to people in the Bay. Well, shout out to people in the Boston area. Shout out to Wind Dragon. That's a homie. The Wind Dragon.
doubt.
Yeah, he's a b-boy for the Floor Lords. Shout out to Floor Lords. Shout out to Mass Monkeys, Drumski. Shout out to it's everyone.
No doubt.
All the people in 206 Zulu.
Yeah.
That's the hip hop company, the hip hop 501c3 that I work for. That I'm happy to be of service to providing community works for Seattle and beyond. So,
No doubt.
if you
All
want
right,
to know,
Neebor.
yeah, that's where my heart is, and I don't have to say it because I don't have to say anything.
Right. Yeah, you really
Because
don't.
I don't.
Bro, you put your work in for sure.
Thank you
know
for
what I
having
mean?
me on the
Yeah.
show. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. All right, DJ Neebor, it's been great. Shout you know out what to I'm COVID. saying? We're gonna
Shout out to COVID.
Yeah, no,
'Cause you're
fuck
gonna-
COVID. No, we're not shouting out, we're not, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, it's Wilson Block 100 Radio. It's been great with DJ Neebor. It's your host, Mr. Wilson. And until next time, I'm out.